Imagine you're a lobster on the ocean floor. You carry a hard, protective shell. This shell keeps you safe from predators. But there's a problem. Your shell doesn't grow. As you get bigger, your shell feels tight and uncomfortable. What's a growing lobster to do? The answer is molting. Molting is how lobsters grow. They shed their old shells and grow new ones. It's a fascinating process that's essential for their survival. Let's dive deeper into the world of lobsters and uncover the secrets of their remarkable molting journey.
Molting is a big deal for lobsters. It's a process that is crucial for their growth and survival. Without molting, lobsters wouldn't be able to grow larger or repair any damage to their exoskeletons. It takes a lot of energy and leaves them vulnerable. During this time, they are at their weakest, making them easy targets for predators. The energy required for molting is immense, and the lobster must ensure it has enough resources to complete the process successfully. Before molting, a lobster finds a safe hiding place. This is a critical step in their molting process. The lobster needs to be in a secure location where it can remain undisturbed for the duration of the molt. This could be under a rock, inside a crevice, or any other secluded spot. The lobster carefully selects its hiding place to ensure maximum protection, or even buried in the sand. The goal is to be as inconspicuous as possible to avoid detection by predators. The lobster wants to avoid predators while it's defenseless. During molting, the lobster's old shell splits, and it must wriggle out of it, leaving it exposed and vulnerable. Once settled in its safe haven, the lobster prepares for the big shed. It begins to absorb water, which helps to expand its body and crack the old shell. Its body starts absorbing the hard calcium carbonate from its old shell. This process is essential as it helps to weaken the old shell, making it easier for the lobster to break free. This weakens the old shell and provides building material for the new one. The lobster's new shell is initially soft and pliable, allowing it to grow larger before it hardens. The lobster is getting ready for a remarkable transformation. As the new shell hardens, the lobster will be better protected and ready to face the challenges of the ocean once again. This entire process is a testament to the resilience and adaptability of these fascinating creatures.
The moment has arrived. The lobster's old shell begins to crack. The lobster flexes its muscles and pushes its body out through the opening. It's a tight squeeze, but slowly and surely, the lobster emerges. The old shell is left behind, a perfect replica of its former inhabitant. Underneath, the lobster is soft and vulnerable. Its new shell is thin and pliable, like a delicate wet suit. This new shell will harden over time, but for now, the lobster is in a delicate state.
The newly molted lobster is extremely vulnerable. Its soft shell offers little protection from predators. Crabs, fish, and even other lobsters would be quick to take advantage of its defenseless state. The lobster must remain hidden until its new shell hardens. This is a dangerous time, but it is also a time of rapid growth. The lobster takes in water, expanding its body size before the new shell hardens. It's a risky strategy, but one that's essential for the lobster's survival and development.
A new armor. The hardening process. The lobster's new shell may be soft, but it won't stay that way for long. After molting, the lobster is left vulnerable with a delicate, soft shell. This is a critical time for the lobster, as it must quickly begin the process of hardening its new armor to protect itself from predators and the harsh underwater environment. The hardening process begins soon after molting. The lobster's body initiates a fascinating transformation where it starts to absorb essential minerals from its surroundings. This is a vital step in ensuring the new shell becomes as strong and durable as the old one. The lobster absorbs minerals from the seawater, using them to strengthen its new armor. These minerals, primarily calcium and other trace elements, are crucial for the development of a robust exoskeleton. The absorption process is continuous and requires the lobster to remain in mineral-rich waters. Gradually, the soft, pliable shell transforms into a tough, protective exoskeleton. This transformation is not instantaneous but occurs over a period of time, with the shell becoming progressively harder and more resilient each day. This process can take several weeks to complete, depending on the lobster's size and the water temperature. Larger lobsters may require more time for their shells to fully harden, while smaller ones might complete the process more quickly. The environmental conditions play a significant role in this transformation. Warmer water temperatures speed up the hardening process. In warmer waters, the metabolic rate of the lobster increases, allowing it to absorb minerals more efficiently and accelerate the hardening of its shell. This is why lobsters in tropical regions often have a quicker recovery period post-molting. Until the new shell is fully hardened, the lobster remains in its hidden sanctuary. During this vulnerable period, the lobster seeks refuge in crevices, under rocks, or within coral reefs to avoid predators. This behavior is crucial for its survival, as the soft shell offers little protection against threats.
Growing pains, molting and the lobster's size. Molting is not just about replacing an old shell, it's a crucial part of a lobster's life cycle and growth process. Each time a lobster molts, it grows larger. The soft, expandable body allows the lobster to increase its size before the new shell hardens. It's like growing out of a pair of shoes and putting on a larger size. This process is essential for lobsters to continue thriving in their underwater environment. The amount of growth during each molt varies depending on the lobster's age and other factors. Younger lobsters molt more frequently, sometimes several times a year, as they grow rapidly. In contrast, older lobsters may molt less often, perhaps once a year or even less frequently. This difference in molting frequency is due to the varying growth rates at different life stages. After molting, the new shell is initially soft and vulnerable, making the lobster susceptible to predators. During this time, lobsters often hide in crevices or under rocks to protect themselves until their new shell hardens. This period of vulnerability is a critical phase in the lobster's life, as it must balance the need for growth with the risk of predation. Molting also allows lobsters to regenerate lost limbs. If a lobster loses a claw or leg, it can regrow the lost appendage during the molting process. This remarkable ability ensures that lobsters can continue to hunt, defend themselves, and interact with their environment effectively. Understanding the molting process is essential for appreciating the complexity of a lobster's life. It highlights the delicate balance between growth, survival, and adaptation in the ever-changing marine ecosystem. So, the next time you see a lobster, remember the incredible journey it undergoes with each molt, growing and adapting to its underwater world.
The rhythm of renewal, molting. Throughout a lobster's life, molting is a lifelong process for lobsters. Young lobsters molt frequently, sometimes multiple times a year, to accommodate their rapid growth. As lobsters age, the frequency of molting decreases. Adult lobsters may molt once a year or even less often. The molting process is controlled by hormones, ensuring that the lobster sheds its shell when the time is right. It's a remarkable example of nature's intricate timing and the lobster's incredible ability to regenerate and renew itself.
Signs of transformation. Observing a lobster's molt. How can you tell if a lobster is about to molt? There are some telltale signs. The lobster's shell may appear dull or faded as the calcium carbonate is reabsorbed. The lobster may also become less active and eat less as it prepares for the energy-intensive molting process. If you're lucky enough to witness a lobster molting, you'll see firsthand the incredible transformation that takes place as the lobster sheds its old shell and emerges with a new one.
Protecting the vulnerable. The role of marine biologists and lobster farmers. Marine biologists study molting to understand lobster populations and their role in the ocean ecosystem. They monitor molting patterns to assess the health of lobster populations. Lobster farmers also pay close attention to molting. They provide ideal conditions for lobsters to molt successfully, ensuring the health and productivity of their stock. Understanding and managing the molting process is crucial for both conservation and commercial purposes.
The circle of life molting and the lobster's journey. Molting is a vital part of a lobster's life cycle. It allows lobsters to grow, regenerate lost limbs, and thrive in their ocean habitat. The discarded shells, while seemingly insignificant, play a role in the marine ecosystem. They provide food for other organisms and contribute to the delicate balance of life on the ocean floor. Molting is a reminder of the interconnectedness of life in the ocean and the remarkable adaptations that allow creatures like lobsters to survive and thrive. A deeper understanding. Appreciating the lobster's amazing transformation. Next time you see a lobster, take a moment to appreciate the incredible journey it has undertaken. Its hard shell is not just a protective covering, it's a symbol of resilience, adaptation, and the remarkable process of molting. By understanding the complexities of molting, we gain a deeper appreciation for the intricate workings of nature and the delicate balance of life in our oceans. Let's continue to learn from these fascinating creatures and strive to protect them and their ocean home.